Start the recording. My dazzling fellow Toastmasters, my sparkling guest, and my stunning role takers. I, Milind Kulapkar, Sergeant of Arms, welcome you all to the enchanting, enthralling, engrossing meeting number 683 of my club number 1254322, the Speech Weavers Toastmasters Club Bangalore. Our club's mission is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Toastmasters help people from diverse backgrounds to become more confident communicators and leaders. I request you all to uphold the cardinal principle of every Toastmasters meeting. Keep your audio microphone muted at all times, except when you are invited to speak. Keep your video on at all times unless you're moving in and out of the meeting. As an encouragement to every role takers and speakers, make sure to applaud them virtually. Role takers and speakers will consciously constrain and refrain from expressing their views on sex, politics, and religion to ensure the sentiments of audience are not hurt. So please join me in welcoming the presiding officer of our club. He has joined all the way from Delhi, and he works with Baichung Bhutia Sports Club and himself a sports enthusiast who runs marathons and is fond of various other things. So please join me in welcoming the presiding officer of the meeting, the vice president of our club, Toastmaster Bidu.
Thank you so much. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. Thank you for joining Speech Weavers Toastmasters Club, meeting number 683. Without further ado, I declare the meeting open. Today, I am pitching in for our regular president, Toastmaster Shubhadeep, but again, it is an absolute honor to host all of you. I would start this meeting by acknowledging the effort shown by every one of you. At Toastmasters, we show up for a variety of reasons like improving public speaking or developing our leadership skills or even socializing and networking. But all those diverse reasons culminate into a single overarching goal, which is to make ourselves a little better every single time. So I appreciate every one of you who took time from their busy schedules to join us on a Friday, and I'm sure you will have a great time in the next 1.5 hours. Before I proceed, I have with us with few guests who have joined from various parts of Toastmasters or outside of Toastmasters, and I would love to have a few words with them. I would like to invite Miss Neeta. Neeta, can you tell us briefly about yourself? Like, where did you hear about Speech Weavers and whether you were a Toastmasters or not?
Hi, Vidu. I think this is my third meeting with the Speech Weavers. Actually, I thought of joining the same club, but I was an ex-member of TCS Toastmasters, so I thought to join my home club again. So I have joined the TCS Toastmasters recently, but I like Speech Weaver Club. I don't know, somehow there is some attachment with this club. So I thought I will make some time to join this club as well.
All right.
As a guest.
Yes. I was wondering, there was some familiarity with your name, but once you mentioned TCS, I could recognize you because I remember you chatting with me in a couple of meetings back about few roles.
Yes.
But anyways, welcome back. It's always a pleasure to have you again. Now, moving
you.
on, today we have a special person as a Toastmasters of the day. We have Toastmasters Nimisha. And before I proceed to Toastmasters Nimisha, I would like to tell a few words about her. So she is a very enthusiastic, committed educator, and her life philosophy is learning never stops because life never stops teaching. She has an interesting theme, which I'm sure is relevant and would relate to every one of us. I cannot wait for her to see what she is going to tell us. I'm sure every one of us in the meeting too. So inviting on stage Toastmaster Nimisha, our Toastmasters of the day.
Thank you, Presiding Officer, Toastmaster Bidu. Hello, everyone. It's very dangerous to study success. So we don't study success. We study contrast. We study the contrast between success and failure. We study the contrast between endurance and collapse. We study the contrast between great and good. We study the contrast between those who thrive in chaos and those who do not. And it brings me to a key point that we were if we have to identify pairs, matching pairs of any organization or as individual person, what we do, we were in the same spot, same time, in the same opportunity, same resources with the same potential, and yet one becomes great and the other does not. One thrives in chaos and other does not. One keeps climbing where the other fails. Yet the circumstances were identical or very similar at the start. You come to an inevitable conclusion, the cause of why one becomes great and another cannot be, their circumstances. So, if I were to take one giant lesson from my 2 decades of learning journey, I put it to you right in front that greatness is not primarily a function of circumstances. It is first and the foremost a matter of conscious choice and of discipline. Now, further move on to the next segment. May I have someone from the audience, please unmute and give your idea. What do you think makes a person good to great? Anybody from the audience? May I request? Yes, Adarsh, please go ahead.
I think what makes a person go from good to great is perseverance. I think the ability to persist in an environment is what one must actually have to be able to succeed. Because I mean, you have to live to see the end. If I'm not wrong, if you don't actually have the persistence to keep going, then the odds are that you'll never know what the end is. So yeah.
Exactly, perseverance. Anyone else would like to give any other quality which a person help them to move from good to great? Toastmaster Neeta, would you like to share your thoughts on what qualities make a person good to great? I think she's not there. Toastmaster Kunchan, would you like to attempt?
Can I?
Yes, sir, sure.
Yes, Joseph. First you go.
Yes, Joseph, sir.
It is a person's ability to strive hard throughout his life with all the discipline and a good character and his good attitude and his good friendship
But accept whatever
and
comes.
the influence
If we
that
stop
is
expecting,
carried on
am I audible?
all through his life with friends and relatives that makes him great from all his goodness.
Very true. Discipline is the foremost important thing to become a great person. Discipline in thoughts, discipline in actions. The consistency, congruency in discipline is the foremost important thing in life to be a great person. On that note, let me explain how a Toastmasters session is conducted. Any Toastmasters meeting is divided into 3 segments. The first segment consists of prepared speeches, where members prepare in advance for a 5 to 7 minute speech, get it mentored, and deliver the same. The second segment is the fun-filled table topic segment, where anyone from the audience can come up and give a 1 to 2 minute speech on a topic given by the table topic master. And of course, that's the highlight of any meeting. And the third and the last segment where the biggest learning happens is where we evaluate each other. Maybe we have a strange mannerism we never noticed. Somebody is doing some fidgeting with your hands, somebody touching their hair, somebody playing with the specs, touching their ear, what not. So yes, that's the most important part, evaluation segment, where we have our general evaluator for the day will give a report on the entire meeting. Having said that, let me invite on the stage our general evaluator of the meeting, Toastmaster Joseph Benedict. He has worked in Saudi Arabia for a period of 30 years and dealt with various government projects worth millions of dollars. He loves playing table tennis, billiards, and lawn tennis. He loves photography and visiting places. He is the immediate past president of Speech Weavers and is the current vice president membership of Passion Advanced Toastmasters Club. He is also an area director in District 117 Carolina East, USA. Can we have a big round of applause for our general evaluator, Joseph Benedict?
Thank you
I
so
welcome
much.
Toastmaster to kindly let us know the roles of your role in the meeting and also introduce to us the members of the tag team. The virtual stage is all yours. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Nimisha. That's very kind of you to address me in that manner. Now, I would like to say that my role as a general evaluator, I will be from the beginning of the meeting to the end of the meeting, I will be evaluating every role that is played. And in order to help me in most of rest of the other things also, we have 3 great people with me. They will be doing their own job also, like timer as well as grammarian and R counter. Each one will be giving their reports after the meeting is completed. I would like to call upon, give me a second, please. I would like to call upon the timer Others. Others is one of our very active member of the Speech Weavers Club. He is a vice president, public relation, and he has his own company for which he is a CEO. He works hard and is thriving. Things that to be discovered in his life is very interesting, and is almost, I would say, he is a sibling of our Toastmaster Club, Speech Weavers. Over to you, Toastmaster Others.
Thank you very much for that amazing introduction, Toastmaster Joseph. I always feel loved around everybody at this club, and I think you're probably one among them that truly loves me as well as everybody at the club. And I would like to reciprocate the same to you. So going forward, I will be today I'll be playing the role of a timer, and my job is pretty simple. My job is to see to it that we are well within time. And I think one of those issues that all clubs have in this day and age is the inability to finish a meeting on time, or inability to finish a speech on time, or an inability to finish a table topic on time. So my job is to see to it that we are well within time in today's meeting. And to start things, I will be timing both features today. And for your information, both speeches are going to be for 5 to 7 minutes. And I'll be timing the speeches in the following manner. I will display the green card when the speaker reaches the 5th minute. I'll display the yellow card when the speaker reaches the 6th minute. And when the speaker reaches the 7th minute, I will display the red card just like this. And once it is done, I will see to it that the speaker is aware of the fact that his time to deliver his speech is done. And subsequently, we'll have our table topic session. And in the table topic session, an individual will be tasked with speaking for around 1 to 2 minutes. So at the first minute, I'll display the green card. At 1 minute and 30, I'll display the yellow card. And at the second minute, I'll display the red card. And each table topic speaker will have a grace period of around 30 seconds. So I'll have the red card on. And as far as I'm concerned, there is still much more. And I think we have evaluations today, and I think evaluations are typically for 2 to 3 minutes. So at the second minute, I will display the green card. At 2 minutes and 30 seconds, I'll display the yellow card. And at the third minute, I'll display the red card. And the red card should stay on until the time the evaluator is done with his or her evaluation. Thank you very much. And back to you, Toastmaster. I'm sorry, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Adarsh. That's very nice of you to explain your role. Now I ask Toastmaster Bidhu, who is now the presiding officer, as well as he has taken almost 2 more roles, accounter and a grammarian, since he has already been introduced. I would not like to waste my much more time. Over to you, Toastmaster Bidhu, to explain both the roles together. Over to you.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator, Toastmasters Joseph, sir. So I would start off with my role as a grammarian. As a grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all the speakers and to take note of some of the best usages of the words, sentences, and phrases. I would also highlight some of the improvement areas where I feel the speakers can improve. As a grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce the word of the day. The word of the day is ignominy, which means embarrassment at public level. I repeat, ignominy, which means embarrassment at a public level. One of the usages of the word ignominy is, I joined Toastmasters to avoid facing the ignominy of fumbling at public speeches. I repeat, I joined Toastmasters to avoid facing the ignominy of fumbling at public speeches. I request the Toastmasters and guests to use the word wherever appropriate. And if you do, I will appreciate by showing a thumbs up and also calling out your name at the end when I'm called upon. Now, moving on to my role as an R counter. As an R counter, I would pay close attention to the crutch words that the speakers might use. Some of the words like and, well, but, so, and you know, and also filler sounds like and Again, at the end of the meeting, I will report the number of times each of the speaker has used these expressions and filler words. With this, I hand over the stage back to our General Evaluator, Toastmasters Joseph, sir.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bidhu, for your responsibility of timer and grammar is well explained. I would like to hand over the stage to Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Nimisha. Over to you.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator, for letting us know your role and introducing your team. Thank you, tag team, for explaining us each of your roles. Before I call upon the speaker, I request the evaluator for the speaker 1, Toastmaster Milind, to kindly come on the virtual stage and let us know the project details of his target speaker. Over to you, Toastmaster Milind.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. The speaker today has chosen motivational strategy as her path, and it's level 1 Project 2, Writing a Speech with Purpose. The project purpose is to learn and review basic methods for writing a speech with a defined purpose and to present a well-organized speech on any topic. Timer, please note, time is 5 to 7 minutes. Over to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, DTM Millen. To introduce our first speaker of the day, we have Toastmaster Pasha. He is a cosmetic orofacial surgeon, has been in dentistry for 22 years. He has 3 multi-speciality innovative dental clinics and implant centers. One in Bangalore at Palm Grove Road, Austin Town. Second in Navi Mumbai area. He has authored and published 2 books, released and published worldwide. Now currently available on Amazon and ATT Books. He loves helping people to chase their dreams. Now I would like to invite our speaker 1 on the stage. Life starts in mouth. Toastmaster Pasha. Toastmaster Pasha, life starts in mouth. Over to you.
Yes, ma'am. What is life? Can anybody from audience, please, what is life? What is world? Please, can anybody can audience? What is world?
Life is breathing.
Yes. Yes, sir. Then what is world?
World.
World, sir. World. We are living in a world. This world, what is world?
It is the creation of the Almighty, where
Yes,
the
sir.
human beings have given a highest value for their
Very nice, sir.
sustenance.
Excellent, sir. There is so many definitions for life. There are so many definitions for world. So, here, life is energy. The world is jungle. The world is a jungle. The world is a jungle. Either you fight or dominate or hide and evaporate. Through my 22 years of experience as a doctor, I have improved many people's life, making them look young and beautiful after fixing their jawlines, facial proportions, and bite. Second, I changed many people's life of making them revital after fixing the sleep disorders, chronic headaches, and orofacial disorders. Through this journey of mine, I found out one thing, that is, health is wealth, wealth is health. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmaster, most welcome guests and honorable dignitaries. Health is wealth, wealth is health. How? We humans first compromise our health to accumulate wealth, then we compromise our wealth to regain that health. So then what is the key? What is the balance? The balance is oral health care is the balance. Oral health care is the pivotal. How? How oral care health is the pivotal? We humans live outside in, then inside out. See, from outside we take water, air, food. This what food first get the digestion of food first starts in mouth. The energy generation first starts in mouth. In that, life is energy. Life is energy. In that sense, the life starts first in mouth. So, what is the importance of oral health? Why it is so important? The first important is energy. Energy equals life, life equals energy. Without energy is foundation to everything. Without energy, there is no activity, there is no vitality. We cannot finish our task in time. Sir, am I audible, sir?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, Toastmasters Pasha.
Sir. Hello? So, without energy, this is, second one is immunity. Our oral health is protects our all vital organs like our liver, our heart, our lungs. Each and every vital organ is protected by our oral cavity. Third one is appearance. The appearance. If you don't have teeth, you don't have beautiful smiles, you do not look better, and our appearance will be ignored. So, fourth, so speech. If you are having missing teeth, if you are having defective teeth, then the speech impairment will be there. So that is the importance of oral health. So why oral health is most neglected? For two reasons, oral health is most neglected. One is seeing is believing. See, oral cavity, gums, teeth, we cannot see. That's why we cannot see, we can't believe. That's why we don't go to the doctor. Second is feeling is trusting. The diseases of the teeth, the diseases of the gum, we do not hurt. So we do not feel the pain, we do not go to the dentist. These are the two reasons the oral health is most neglected. So coming to the precautions, what precautions you can take to maintain your good oral hygiene and good oral health? First is regular brushing twice a day. Second, flossing after each meal. Why flossing is important? Because bacteria try to hide in between the teeth where the brush can't reach. So that's why flossing, regular gargling with water after each meal is very important. Third is a diet regulations. Avoiding sugar diet, avoiding beverages, avoiding processed food is must. So the best food is involve the fiber diet, vegetarian in your diet. That will be best for oral health. Fourth thing is most important is regular visit to the dentist. Regular visit to the dentist is the main important. Regular visit to the dentist. So twice in a year is made. Since oral health is not expensive, neglect is. Now, my final message is, with poor energy, with poor health, we cannot compete, we cannot fight, we cannot dominate, we cannot complete our task in time. That's why oral health is gateway to general health. General health is gateway to oral health. Oral health means spiritual health, emotional health, mental health. It's a gateway to each and every health. So oral health is the key and pivotal. So take care of your oral health and be successful in life. Be successful in life. Over to you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Pasha. May I request everyone of you to give him a huge round of applause. It was a wonderful speech. Health is wealth. Now help me welcome the evaluator of the speaker too. I request Toastmaster Adarsh to let us know the project details of his target speaker Over to you, Toastmaster Adarsh.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Nimisha. I think today we actually have a very special speech today. I think it is from the Pathway Effective Coaching. It is level 1, project 3, and it is called Writing a Speech with Purpose. Now, the speaker has told me to refrain from stating the speech purpose, which is supposed to be what the speech is about. I'll reveal what the speech purpose is as part of my evaluation. But for those who are not aware of what this particular project is about, I'd like to explain that the purpose of this project is to learn or review basic methods for writing a speech with a defined purpose and to present a well-organized speech on any topic. And there are certain things that I must remember as an evaluator, and those are as follows. The member will be completing this project. The member completing this project is working to write a speech with purpose. The speech they must create must be well-written and clearly focused. Their goal is to meet their expressed purpose statement with a well-executed speech. All the best to my speaker, Toastmaster, TTM and over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Evaluator Adarsh. Now let's welcome our speaker, TTM Saurav Datta. Toastmaster for a little over 1 year, since September 2020. We all know President, the Gabby's Toastmaster Club. VP Education, Rising Speakers. Area Director, Area B3D92. Winners of 5 Pathwakers Award, I would say now. Outstanding Toastmaster and Grand Slam Master Mentor Award from District 92. The project detail of DTM Saurav Datta is his Pathway Effective Coaching Level 1 Project 3, Writing a Speech with Purpose. Title for the speech is Who Cares? Toastmaster Saurav, who cares? Over to you.
Am I audible and visible?
Yes.
All good? Okay. Love is a far cry from secure. It's placing your heart in an unlocked box and praying it gets stolen by someone who will take good care of it. So we hope till it doesn't happen like that. And then we are heartbroken, we are dejected, we are disappointed. And then we say, who cares? When we are in pain, we drink, we go out alone. We take a break from everything that mattered to us once. And we say to ourselves, who cares? We listen to sad music over and over again, beat it to death. Remember every lyric, every pause, every string, every note, every chord. Because who cares? And that's what continues. And one day comes when this feeling, who cares, becomes so big that instead of a moment, it consumes our entire life. We go into depression, we go into anxiety, and sometimes we leave this world before time. I lost a friend like that, who was a couple of years younger than me, one of the most cheerful person that I knew. He was my next door neighbor. We used to hang out a lot. And one day I was there at an event of my office. I got a call from my home that there are a lot of cops in my apartment. Ambulance. What we got to know is that he went to his study in the morning at 8:30 and he never came out. Around 10:30, they broke the door in and they found that he's hanging in the balcony. He killed himself. I don't know what was exactly going on in his mind. We will never know. But one thing I'm sure, that one thought that was definitely there is, who cares? This is one thought that has killed more people than any disease in this world. Whether it's COVID, diabetes, cancer. I'm sorry, can someone please put Dr. Pasha on mute? I'm getting a static. Moderator.
I think you can, it's fine now.
Yeah. So, you know, this entire feeling of who cares has probably killed more people in this world than any of the deadly lethal diseases that we can think of. Because there's nothing that's more terrifying than the thought that no one cares, no one needs me in this world. But ask yourself, is that a reality? Is that a reality? Who is the timer today? Show of hand. What is our timer getting out of this meeting? How exciting is life for him to show the green, yellow, and red card to speakers? Can you imagine him waking up in the morning? Today I'm going to be a timer. Wow, man, that's so fun. I'm sure no. But he's here. How exciting it is to be a VP education of a club. I think Toastmaster Bidu is a VP education of Speech Weavers. How exciting it is to run behind people and say, please, timer. Speakers, please, at least a PO. Okay, essay, do something, man, be a listener. It's not. How does it matter to Toastmaster Bidu if we are having this meeting? How does it matter to Toastmaster Adarsh if we are having this meeting? How does it matter to any one of us if we are having this meeting? They have already paid their dues. How much discount are they going to get on their membership renewals if we are not having this meeting or having this meeting? Zero. Still, they put in so much of effort for this club to do well, for this club to thrive and strive and go ahead. What's at stake for them? Nothing. Think about it. Nothing. So do they care? Yes, they do. And that shows people care. I'm so sorry. I'm again taking a pause. That another device, Dr. Pasha, please can it be put on mute? It's actually creating a lot of static. If moderator can please put that on mute. This is one of the biggest lessons that COVID has taught us. It is one forgettable experience. We have lost lives, we have lost people, we have lost families, we have lost livelihood. We have lost our smiles, we have lost our small walks to the park, we have lost a lot of things. Businesses have shut down. We have seen the whole world being torn apart by diseases and distress. But COVID has also taught us one thing. We care. We care for each other. I have seen during COVID how nameless, faceless people are running around town trying to get an oxygen cylinder for our friend. And mind you, that's a Facebook friend. What's in stake? Nothing. Our very own Toastmasters had formed a group of people, of volunteers, and we were helping people all over the world, all over the country to start with, and then all over the world. Honestly, I didn't do much there, at least in that group. I did my own small bit. But when I had COVID, I realized what a compassionate world we live in. I struggled with COVID for almost a month, and not a single day I had to cook my own food. There was someone or the other who was always ready. I had more food than I could consume. I didn't die of COVID, but then I became sick of obesity. So the world cares, my friend. So next time when you want to take that extra peg and say, who cares? Or listen to that Kishore Kumar song again, which I've heard many times. Please know, people care. When you want to beat yourself up, bang your head against the wall. No, we care. We are there. All of us, each of us are there for each other. COVID has shown us that we care. Distress tells us that we care. When the Muslims cremated the bodies of 60 Hindus, we showed we care. When two doctors of Gujarat came back to duty within 2 hours of burying their mothers, we showed we care. And when one BD worker, a differently abled BD worker of Kerala, donated his 2 lakh rupees of life savings to the COVID relief fund, he showed he cared. So who cares? All of us. Toastmaster.
Wow, what a wonderful speech. Can we have a big round of applause? We need empathetic people. And yes, we have seen people showing care during the pandemic. So moving on to our topic, good to great. Yes, one quality which we all can adapt after this pandemic is being more empathetic towards others, care for others. Educator by profession. In our organization, we always set a goal, common goal for a year and start backward planning to achieve it. When this year's unique goal was announced, that was good to great. The first question came to my mind was, how? How can we achieve this as a person, as an organization? After brainstorming a lot, few points which I listed during my brainstorming time, I would like to share with you all. Maybe most of the points will be common what we all think about. The first thing which can make or move us at least a bit, a one step from good to great is create a vision. Without a crystal clear vision of what we are going to accomplish, you won't know where to start. Personal vision or mission aligned with your company or organizational vision is very important. Second, turn adversity into advantage. Ready to adapt anything at any time. Be ready for any adverse situation. Third, cultivate a growth mindset instead of fixed mindset. Fourth, master your body. And in school, what we do every day to make us educators, as educators for our learners, we do brain gyms to master their body, to train their body. Practice positive habits, collaborative work, and last but not the least, selfless service to others. These all 7 things, 7 key elements, which I have started doing in my life to move from good to great. And trust me, there are few things which we do and combine together can make wonders. The first thing is what we are deeply passionate about, what we can do the best in the society, and what drives our energy. If we combine all these 3 things together, not only does your work move towards greatness, but so does your life. For in the end, it is impossible to have a great life unless it is a meaningful life. As we move on to the next segment, our favorite table topic segment, I would like to call upon Toastmaster, table topic master, Gunjan. She is an HR in IT services. She loves listening to music and likes doing something creative. She joined Speech Weavers Toastmaster Club a week ago and wishes to engage others more effectively. Further, She wants to become more persuasive while communicating. With this, I will hand over to you, Table Topic Master, to take charge of this special section, Table Topics. It's on to you virtually, Toastmaster Gunjan. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Nimisha. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. I am excited to host all of you into this most interesting segment of Toastmasters meeting, Table Topics. It is a segment that introduced me to Toastmasters. This segment is not only exciting but allows the speakers to develop the ability to organize the thoughts, to respond to impromptu topics. I have prepared a few topics for you. Few will be quirky, few will be completely hypothetical, and a few which require a bit of thought. Since this presents an opportunity to try public speaking, I encourage maximum participation from today's wonderful guests. I request guests and incumbent Toastmasters to show a raise of hands so that I can see and invite them. Also, I encourage the speakers to keep their video on while speaking, since we all like to know the person behind the wonderful speech and voice. For the benefit of both the speakers and the timer, I want to notify the speaker timings are 1 to 2 minutes. Green card will be shown at 1 minute, yellow at 1 minute 30 seconds, and red at 2 minutes. The speaker is requested to wind up within 30 seconds of red card. So I would like to know who wants to go first. Anyone? It's
Akib,
okay, Javed. Okay, Javed. Your topic is if one habit, if one habit you have to include in your daily life, of course for your good only, what it will be and why. I will put it in the chat as well. If one habit you have to include in your clear. Thank you. Over to you.
Once a wise man said, it takes 21 days to build a habit. But there is a tragedy. It takes 21 days to build a habit and not more than 1 day to stop the habit. Ladies and gentlemen, all the good habits have the habit of breaking in less than 1 day. The one habit which I had, the better one, was inherited from my father. So what he would say, whatever you want to achieve in your life, you should be early. You should be the early bird, because early bird catches all the worms. Okay. Wonderful. I'll follow your ideas. I kept on following. But later I realized whenever I sleep late, I'm late in the morning. So I'm late by 8, 9. Sometimes I get up just before my morning call. So morning call starts at 9:30. I got up at 9:30. Immediately after login. Where is that morning wake up call? The one habit which I would like to bring back is getting up early in the morning. Because father said it is for good, and I believe it is for good. Why? Because when you get up in the morning, you might not be scrolling Instagram in the morning, right? Almost all the time I got up in the morning, I ended up going to a gym or park for walk. There was only two options when I get up in the morning. I don't directly jump on the mobile. But when I don't get up in the morning, then there is no gym, there is no park, there is no walk, there is no exercise, there is no yoga, nothing. So ladies and gentlemen, what do you want to achieve? Do you want to get up early with me, or do you want to get up at the time of your morning call? It's all in building that habit and sticking with it. Over to you, table topic master Gunjan.
Thank you, Javed. Of course, we want to get up early in the morning. Okay. Who wants to go next? Or okay, I'll choose Adarsh, Toastmaster Adarsh. Would you like to go next?
Gunjan, I'd love to, but I think my hands are tied. You can probably offer the topic to somebody else.
Okay,
Maybe Milan,
sure,
Nato,
sure. Anyone else? Or Toastmaster Neeta, would you like to go for next?
Network is very poor today, but I'll try. If I'm audible.
Yeah, absolutely. You are audible.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
So your topic is, how do you think time management in life leads you from good to great? I repeat, how do you think time management in life leads you from good to great? I hope it's clear, Neeta.
Yes, it is clear. Okay. In everybody's life, time is very important. It means once it's gone, it will never come. We always say that once we lose it, it will never come. So it is very important to do. It is very important to have a proper time management. Like how the earlier Toastmaster said, it is very important getting up early in the morning. If we get up very late, it will be, I mean, our all stuffs will get late. So I mean, there has to be a proper time management for everything. Otherwise, we won't gain anything in our life. It happened with me. I think I'm very bad at managing the time. That is what happened while joining Toastmasters as well. It was earlier the meeting used to happen at 9:30 on Friday. I had to travel to office, but as the previous Toastmaster said, I'm very bad at I'm getting up early in the morning. I always used to get up at 9 o'clock, and 9:30 I have to be there at Toastmasters meeting. So I ended up missing many of the Toastmasters meeting, and that made me take break from Toastmasters. I lost interest in Toastmasters. Of course, I lost much learning, much knowledge from the Toastmasters Club, but I have learned that lesson. Now I have started getting up early in the morning. Good thing is that nowadays Toastmasters meetings are happening evening, but still I'm getting up early in the morning. I'm going for a walk. I'm doing yoga, and I'm managing all my household stuff, and then comes my office work, and I'm managing my time to attend Toastmaster meeting as well. So from this, I'm gaining a lot of knowledge, and yes, it is a benefit for me for having a proper time management. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Neeta. Thank you so much. It's Toastmaster Deepa who wants to go next. For Deepa, your topic is, if one habit you have to discontinue from your daily routine, what it will be and why?
Oh, there are several habits I'd like to change about myself. I think we're not perfect and we all know it, I think. And we're work in progress. But one annoying habit that I have is every time I'm learning something new. For example, I am attending a course or I'm creating some new speech. I write a few lines or I read up the course. Maybe I cover 20 minutes of the course and I lie down for a short break. And that short break doesn't stop at being the short break, it becomes a long break, which is the biggest habit I want to break. Now, taking a break after 20 minutes is not at all bad. They say it helps us in collecting all those thoughts and even bringing much more creativity, retaining things. But what happens is when we do not stop at the short break, take a 10-minute break and then come back to work, that is where I'm lacking a little behind. And so I'd like to definitely take shorter breaks and be systematic about them and use my time better. Time is precious. Everybody has 24 hours a day, and I don't want to lose any more hours of mine. So this is a habit I want to lose for myself, and I hope you learned something from what I had to say today. Table Topics Master.
Definitely, Deepa. Even this is the habit which I can relate. I am also like that. So definitely. Next, Toastmaster Pasha, it seems he wants to go next.
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
for you, the topic is, how do you think self-belief is required to become great from good? How do you think self-belief is required to become great to good?
It
Great
seems
from good.
great from good. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
See, yes. Self-belief. Self-belief, in my case, my self-belief was the key ingredient. How I explain? Because belief means, so what we believe in, so increases our self-worth. It has increased my self-worth. At the same time, it has increased my self-confidence as well as my self-esteem. It is the foundation. It has the foundation. Self-belief is the foundation. It gave me foundations to key ingredients to achieve, to work for the dream, all those things. If we don't have self-belief, means we cannot achieve anything, because first we have to have the faith in oneself. Otherwise, it is very difficult we can't achieve anything. So, as self-belief is also not, it is free. In life, we have to cultivate our self-belief. Daily, we have to make a practice to we talk to ourselves. We have to watch our thoughts regularly. We have to watch our what we are feeding to our mind. That is very important. That's why we will build our self-belief. So self-belief is not something we acquire or inherent from outside. Self-belief is one slowly we will build step by step on the ladder of success. So self-belief has to be built. So it is built on the my self-belief has been built on the basis of my this value-based thinking and doing. See, that has given rise to my self-belief. My self-belief gave me the self-confidence. That self-confidence gave me enhanced my self-esteem. That self-esteem enhanced my performance and productivity. So everything is each and everything is related. There is no one key to success. There are many keys to success. So self-belief is one of them. It is not the main whole key to success. It is one of the main key to success. So if we see, if you don't carry our self-belief wherever we go, we get ignominic. Means we get discarded. Over to you, ma'am. Over to you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Pasha. Definitely, self belief is not in a one day we can achieve. It's gradually we inbuilt in our daily life. So, next topic I would like to go for Toastmaster Tuku Tandi. Are you available?
Yes.
So, your topic is define great. What you think great is. As per you, what do you mean by great?
Right. A great, great is something subjective to everybody. For me, great is somebody who does for the country, for the society. For example, I'm telling about a person whose name is Ramesh Ralia. He happens to be now the managing director of IFCO, the company which produces fertilizer for agriculture. He was working on a project to develop a nano fertilizer. Nano fertilizer is very important. It was developed by him recently for the first time in the world. And many multinational companies came to him and offered billions of rupees that give that product to us, then we will give you patent. Means if he was a scientist and he was working on that nano fertilizer, and he developed for the first time. Then the multinational company came to him and offered billions of rupees. So that give us, and we offer you billions of rupees. But he didn't give. He was a great man. He offered that technology to country, our country, India, just free of cost. Free of cost. And it was given to our government. And now that technology will be available to the farmers at minimum cost. I think that is greatness for me. He's something who could have earned billions of rupees from his research and development, but he offered that thing to the government of India at just lesser price. And for me, the greatness is something that if you are doing for the country, if you are doing for the society, for the larger benefit of the population, then I think it is great. For me, he is my motivation, and Ramesh Talia is my greatness. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tandy. And it seems Saurabh, Toastmaster Saurabh wants a topic. Do we have time?
Okay, fine. I think we can probably go for one more in the case.
One. Okay, sure. So for Toastmaster Saurabh, the topic is, who is your ideal and why?
Can you repeat that again, please?
Yeah, who is your ideal and why?
Is it who's your idol?
Ideal.
Yeah, idol. I think that's right.
My idol is that person who motivates me every day. My idol is that person who I want to be every day. My idol is that person who my dog thinks I am. The perfect human being. I can't do any wrong. My idol is that person who my daughter thinks I am. The perfect father. My idol is that person who motivates me to be a better speaker every day. My idol is that person who tells me that I cannot give up, I cannot lose, and I have to win because it's not a choice. All throughout my life, I have been a big fan of this person. This person has never let me down, has never given me a moment of regret. Yes, I've seen this person having a lot of downfalls. I've seen this person going through a lot of struggle. I've seen this person cry. I've seen this person getting broken down. I've seen this person fail, fall, faint. But one thing I've never seen this person do is give up. Every time I pick up a challenge, I ask myself, can you be like him? Can you be that person that you idolize? Can you be that person that you see in the mirror? My idol is the best version of myself because everyone else is already taken. Thank you. Over to you, Titi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Saurabh. Now I'd like to, it's over to you, Nimisha, Toastmaster Nimisha. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Table Topic Master, Toastmaster Gunjan. It was indeed a wonderful session. Can we have a big round of applause again for the Table Topic Master and the speakers? While reflecting on our goals for the year 22-23, I read an interesting book called Good to Great, written by Jim Collins. There are many key elements, or you can say the takeaways, which could be followed in life. One of the key principles which really struck me is the hedgehog concept. I'm sure most of you must have heard this concept, hedgehog concept. Anybody here who has heard this?
Yeah, I heard it. It is not exactly, but yeah, I heard about this concept. It is related to how you are improving your companies when you are shifting from one company to another. I think it is related to that something, if I'm not wrong.
Exactly. Yes, a bit. Yes, there are
So,
more to. Yeah, yes, DTM Saurabh.
so the thing is that this session of Jim Collins. So I was in Target when Jim Collins actually made this presentation, and I've heard this from him, and I'm a big fan of him. So hedgehog is basically about doing that one thing that you do really well. Like a hedgehog, uses his nose, and the only thing that the hedgehog can do is to go down, make a hole and go down in the earth. And that's the only thing that he does for his survival, for finding his food, for saving himself. So Jim Collins says that for going from good to great, there should be one thing that you do better than anyone else, or at least that's what you think, that you do it perfectly well. So that's the hedgehog concept.
My job is done. My speech was taken over by Saurabh. Okay, yes, that's exactly what the hedgehog concept is. And my reflection after reading that book, and especially after the concept, is from this logic, many of the humanity's greatest thinkers have been hedgehogs, as they have been able to simplify the complexity of the world into a singular unified vision. Let's take an example. Charles Darwin. We relate only to natural selection. Albert Einstein, theory of relativity. Newton, what comes to our mind?
Apple.
Exactly,
Law of
gravity.
Gravity, law of gravity.
Yes, yes. So let's move on to our last segment for this evening. That's the evaluation round. To do the honors, I request our general evaluator of the meeting, Joseph sir, to present his report. Over to you, Joseph sir.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Nisha. Now I would like to take up the evaluation sector of the speakers. For that, I would like to call upon Toastmaster Milanji to evaluate the speech of Toastmaster Asid Pasha. Over to you, Toastmaster Milanji.
My target speaker. Can I see him over here? Can you spotlight him too, along with me? Dr. Pasha. Dr. Pasha, your catchy title, Life Starts at Mouth. That intrigued me. And then you opened up with a question, not one, but two. And it was not mere questions, but you waited for audience response and you made sure you interacted with Joseph sir, who was responding to your question. So that ensured that you were on the spot. You knew exactly what you wanted to. And after that opening, you went to the body of your question, of your speech, about health is wealth. And then you focused on the oral and dental care. And what a credibility you had. After all, the tips which you gave came all the way from a practicing dental surgeon and a cosmetic surgeon, and also an author. So whatever you said, you spoke from your heart, and that was very clear from what you said. And in the end, too, you left a message Yes, health is wealth, and that's why you need to take care of your mouth, because your life begins with your mouth. So well-organized speech with an impactful opening, with questions, getting interacted with the audience, kept them hooked. And in the end, again, leaving a message as a take-home message for each one of us. And that you did in spite of trouble which you had, because it seems you were standing in an external environment where a lot of disturbance was there. But in spite of that, you continued your message to us. So the purpose of the speech which was there, to make sure you will give a well-organized speech on any topic and share the techniques of speeches, have been successful, and you have completed the project. Now, areas where you can work on. This was topic which was, you were extremely passionate, I could make out from that. So you had a lot of scope for vocal variety when you were saying, health is wealth. Life begins in the mouth. So you could have used gestures, vocal variety, that would have added impact on what you wanted to say. And then your eye contact with the audience. It seems since you were standing in a mobile, you were not really sure where the camera of the mobile went. So just be aware of that, because that will, it appeared you were getting worried or stressed out because of external disturbance. So that relaxation with the audience was not really clear, and your contact with the audience was getting missed out in spite of your impact. So these are the things which I feel you can just work on. Otherwise, excellently done. Continue those things, and I look forward for your next speech. Over to the General Evaluator, Toastmaster Joseph.
Thank you, Toastmaster Milanji, for that detailed evaluation. I would like to add one small thing, if I say. You have been repeating your words. That means your speech is not well practiced before it is delivered. I suggest, this is my humble suggestion, that you should try to, as much as possible, prepare your subject very perfectly, so that you will not repeat your sentences or your ideas, whatever it is. Now, I will go back to the second evaluator, Toastmaster Adarsh. Toastmaster Adarsh will give the evaluation of Toastmasters DTM Saurav. Over to you, Toastmaster Adarsh.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator Toastmaster Joseph. I'll quickly go ahead and time myself. And pardon me, I won't be displaying any other timer cards, because I have to time myself if I'm not wrong. Fine. My speaker for today was TTM Saurav Datta. I think, as far as I'm concerned, this speech was about speaking about something that has a purpose, something that has a sense of purpose. And there's a purpose statement that is attached to the speech, which I will reveal towards the end of my evaluation, and let the jury decide on whether if the speech met the purpose. Now, as far as I'm concerned, the speech started off very, very smoothly. And I think you had a wonderful sense of awareness of what's going on around you. And I think you had this level of composure. And I think that level of composure is something that I don't see from any ordinary speaker. I'm sure you're a highly advanced speaker to have had such level of composure. And there was a series of pauses that you used. And I love the way you actually even started in the first place. I think you described an incident involving love, and then you spoke about heartbreaks. You described various scenarios that we experience in life in a nutshell, if I'm not wrong. And I think you packed it up with one of the incidents that you had experienced as part of your life, losing a friend of yours. I'm pretty confident that there's nothing harder than losing a friend. And I think you went ahead and spoke about why such an incident could have even occurred in the first place. And in most cases, when such an incident occurs, it happens because one feels that they are not cared for. And I think you went ahead and constantly emphasized on the speech title, which is "Who cares? Who cares?" And then you went ahead and answered the question saying that, yes, there are people that truly care. And I love the part where you engage the audience by picking people from the audience. You picked me, you picked Bidu, and you started making us relate to certain experiences of our life. Because Bidu is a vice president education, and let's all of it, and it's important all of us remember that this is a non-profit organization. None of us are getting paid for what we're doing here. We're doing this out of love and passion. We're doing this because we truly care about the club that we are part of. And I think that was very, very impactful. I think that was truly, it was truly brilliant of you. I love the structure of your speech. I love the sense of clarity that you brought in. I love the vocal variety. I love everything that you had to bring along with your speech. And you also closed it with the same level of impact. I think you spoke about situations that all of us encounter, and you finally concluded by saying that all of us truly care about each other. Now, coming to one area where I wish for you to improve, and let me remind you that there aren't too many areas for you to improve as a speaker, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you're perfect, but it just means that there is a lot of other things that a lot of people have to say, but this is the only thing that I have to say. And the one thing I would love to say is the fact that I would like for you to work on your gestures. I think throughout the speech, I think you were leaning against your desk or leaning against some form of table that was there before you. I think had you stepped back a bit and probably use some of those gestures, I think you could probably add it to the level of impact that you were expecting as part of your speech. With that said, I think your speech was truly brilliant. I don't really have a lot to comment on it. I would like the audience to know that the speech purpose for this specific speech that Toastmasters sort of delivered was to give the audience a sense of assurance that we live in a world where people truly care. I'd like all of you to raise your hand in case if you believe that the speaker met his purpose. By a show of hands, yes, I see Akwed, Javed, I see Joseph, sir, I see all of you raising your hands. So that right there is the verdict from the jury. I think you were able to meet the purpose of your speech without a shadow of a doubt. Thank you very much for that speech, and back to you, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Joseph.
Thank you, Adarsh. It is your detailed evaluation is really interesting. Moreover, the speaker has really made a successful, what I could say, the speech with touching the heart of each and every person. That was more important. And he has also given a good message. I concur with all the things that you have spoken about the speaker. And let me give a great round of applause for all the evaluators and the speakers of the day. I would like to do the evaluation of the table topic. First one, Toastmaster Javed. Javed has really started very well, and he has fulfilled the ideas that according to the question, one habit in your daily life, and he has explained very well. And he needs to he also gave the message, building the habit and sticking to it. And he also explained very well that how he has sometimes missed his own habits. That was a wonderful speech that he has given, and he has fulfilled the table topics. What I can say is the way in which you have to treat the impromptu speech. And Toastmaster Neeta Patil, how do you think time management? She also explained how this is her own story. Toastmaster always likes to have a story. The story was very well, but only thing is, when you are not in the screen, sometimes it is very disappointing. You need to have your gestures in those 2 minutes also, and you have to give what is known as your message to the audience, which is very important, which was not taken up. Deepa also speaking behind the screen because of her technical glitch perhaps, but she has given also her own story, how she faced some of the breaking of the habits or the lagging behind, why the habit could not be changed or something like that, because the time is precious. Therefore, She has given us also the good message, but only thing is that we could not decide on the gestures or also the voice modulate is very important. Again, Dr. Asha. Dr. Asha has given, your name is Dr. Asha. Okay, you are a dentist doctor, yes. So, how do you take self-belief in your everyday life? That is the self-confidence you are talked about. It is very well described here. And you have also given how to succeed in the career ladder. And that was a very good message also on the basis of enhancing your self-life. So this was a very good message to the audience, and it is well done. Tukun also defined how the greatness is, how you have to define the greatness. He gave a story of someone who has really contributed selflessly for the benefit of the country as well as for the people of India. But however, he did not give any message to the audience. And moreover, the selfless requires what is known as the little gesture and all, and that was not given. And Saurav he has given the very good speech or impromptu speech, and also he has given a very good message. That is well done, and it is a impromptu speech indeed also. But only thing is, he did not give much gesture on this. Now that finishes the table topic evaluation. I would like to congratulate all those speakers who have really done from their heart and mind the speech. Let us give a big applause to all the speakers and the table topic master, Toastmaster Gunjan Gupta, who has selected a very good subjects, doing great to good or great from good. Now I would like to call upon the tag team. First, I would like to call upon Toastmaster others to give the time report. Over to you, Toastmaster others.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Joseph. So I'd like to quickly go ahead and present my report as the timer. And I, for once, have to tell you that I've made a mess out of my scratch pad. I have made a note of a lot of different things, including Toastmaster Saurav's evaluation. Regardless, today the essay was DTM Menon. I think he spoke for around 2 minutes and 16 seconds, which is around 16 seconds over the time it is allotted. So I request DTM Menon to be more conscious of time, but regardless, he was brilliant. The presiding officer today, Toastmaster Bidu, spoke for around 2 minutes and 57 seconds, which is actually below the assigned time, the minimum assigned time of around 3 minutes. So maybe if you'd spoken for another 3 seconds, it would probably made a difference. I'm not sure. The Toastmaster of the day today was Toastmaster Nimisha, who spoke for around 6 minutes and 38 seconds. She went over time, but I'd like her to work on this a bit more. I'm sure it's something all of us are working on. Our speaker for today, Toastmaster Pasha, spoke for 7 minutes and 46 seconds, which is way over time. I request you to work on that. And the same can be said for our speaker two, Toastmaster Saurav, who spoke for around 7 minutes and 51 seconds. Both speakers went over time today. Our table topics master, Toastmaster Gunjan, her segment lasted for around 19 minutes and 15 seconds. It originally lasted for around 15 minutes or so, and we extended it due to the overwhelming need to present our table topics. Regardless, she was well within time. Our table topic speakers for today were, I think, starting off with table topic speaker one, Akwib Javed, who spoke for around 2 minutes and 18 seconds. Toastmaster Neeta spoke for 1 minute and 58 seconds. Toastmaster Deepa spoke for 1 minute and 25 seconds. Toastmaster Pasha spoke for 2 minutes and 46 seconds. And Tuku Thandi, I think, was the name. Apologies in case if I have pronounced it wrong. He spoke for around 1 minute and 58 seconds. I think all speakers were well within time, except for one, but I'm sure all of us can work on that. Our evaluators for today, I think myself, I spoke for around 3 minutes and 50 seconds. I went way over time, far more than I was supposed to. I think I should have known when to stop. Apologies for that. DTM Milan spoke for 3 minutes and 43 seconds, which is also over time. It's something for him to work on. And our table topics evaluator for this evening was our general evaluator, Toastmaster Joseph, who spoke for 3 minutes and 55 seconds, which is well within time. Thank you very much for that. And we still have a few more reports pending. I will share the timings in the chat. And back to you, general evaluator, Toastmaster Joseph.
Thank you, Adarsh, for that very well maintained time. But only thing I would like to say that every role taker should see that they do not exceed in time. As far as the speakers are concerned, it is very important because this habit of speaking within the time will give you a very good chance in when you are going for a contest to keep the timings. So that is very important. Here, nothing happens in the general meeting, but you are disqualified if you are exceeding your time limit. Now, I would like to invite the Toastmaster Pidu for the grammarian as well as the R counter, whichever is you feel like taking it up, you can do it because you are the master of both the things.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Joseph, sir. So coming to my grammarian role, some of the good usages that I found was when TMOD, Toastmaster Nimisha was on stage, she used words like crystal clear. She also used the word hedgehog, which is not something which a grammarian should point out, but I really liked. I Googled it. I found out the actual meaning, literal meaning, and the meaning that Jim Collins used it for. So I wanted to highlight that word as well. Coming to speaker one, Dr. Pasha, he used the word pivotal, which means of extreme importance. I think that was a very nice word to use. Speaker two, Toastmaster Saurabh used words like dejected and distress. Sometimes we feel these words can be used interchangeably, but I just Google searched again, and I think it was a clever use of word. Distress means a continuous state of unhappiness and anxiety, whereas dejected is something which happens for a shorter period of time. So I like the way he used the words appropriately in his speech. A general evaluator used the word concur to tell us that he's aligning on certain viewpoints. And in the table topic session, again, Toastmaster Saurabh used the word or the sentence best version of myself, which again is something which I should highlight. In terms of improvement areas, I did not find any. I just have mentioned one sentence, which is when I do wake up in the morning. I'm not sure where was the mistake, but I felt there was a mistake in the sentence. So the actual sentence is when I do wake up in the morning. So the word do has to be used. The word of the day was used very well by Dr. Pasha twice. So the sentence where he used was, he mentioned, if we don't have good teeth, we will have the ignominy of not looking appropriate while smiling. So it's a big round of applause for him for using this word. Now moving on to my R counter report. Again, it's a completely blank slate. No one has, at least in the first part and the second part, when they were giving the speeches and when they were giving the evaluation, I did not find any filler words. Even in the table topic session, our table topic master, Toastmaster Gunjan, was completely, she did not have any filler words. But in the table topics, I just had a few. I can mention it. Dr. Pasha had 4 filler words, and he used C twice. So it is a repetition of words. And Akib had 1 R, and Tuku had again 1 filler word, which is fine because it's a table topic and you are thinking while you are speaking. So one of the things that you can do when you are thinking is not to use the word R and use pauses appropriately. With this, I give my stage back to our General Evaluator, Toastmaster Joseph, sir.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vidhu, for your dual, what you can say, the role taking. And it is great of you that you are also acting as a presiding officer. Kudos to you, Toastmaster Vidhu. Now let me evaluate from this starting of the meeting. As usual, the great energetic Toastmaster DTM Millen, he has so much of adjectives to describe each and every person, including the audience also. That was a very commendable way of starting the meeting, and that energy goes on and on. Kudos to you, Toastmaster Milan. Let us applause Milan's role taking up as a SAA. He was always, we were enjoying his SAA role more than a year or so, something like that. Now coming to the Toastmaster of the Day. Toastmaster of the Day has really built up a very great research and thesis on the theme of the day. That was really wonderful, and you have given us so much of information that kudos to you for bringing such a good information on this theme. And, and also, you have given so many examples and also some of the idioms which we have never heard of it was also put in this team and made this team really a wonderful thing. One little advice to you. As a Toastmaster of the Day, it would be always better to stand and do your gestures and voice modulars so that the team also has an effective in your action. The stage management is more important because you run the show whole day. I mean, the whole meeting. The one thing you have forgotten, which is also a mandatory, you also have to explain in every meeting, if you are a Toastmaster of the Day, the origin of the Toastmasters International. Ralph Medley, who is the founding father of the today what we are enjoying, he is the founding father. You have to give his reference. And also the number of countries, which is 149 countries, 300,000 members, and 16,800 clubs, and one of the club is Speech Weavers Club in India. So this has to be always given out as the information, which is very, very mandatory. On the other side, you have really done very well, and you have taken the entire stage of this meeting in a very grand manner and inviting people, especially each and every evaluator, each and every the speaker, as well as also the role takers are well introduced. And it is really admiring in that way to introduce people who are participating. So kudos to you, and let us give a great applause to the Toastmasters Day, Nimisha, Toastmaster. Now, I think I have completed my evaluation to the extent of the last but not the least, the Toastmasters of the Day. And I would like to hand over the stage to the Toast. I think it is again the.
I think it is the Toastmaster of the Day again.
Toastmaster of the Day. Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Joseph, sir. It was a detailed evaluation report. I hope everybody has realized their strengths and the areas of improvement. Thank you, everyone. I'm really grateful to each one of you. And before I sign off, we as a club sign off, let me end the theme with a quote. In the journey of life, what matters the most are the people who are on board with us in this bus, with whom we enjoy and who will never disappoint us. Then we will certainly have a great life, no matter where the bus goes. With that, I would like to hand over the control to our presiding officer, Toastmaster Vidu. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmasters of the Day, Toastmaster Nimisha. Before I begin my closing statements, I would like and urge everyone to vote I have sent the voting link in the chat box because we need to appreciate everyone who has put in their efforts, and we have to acknowledge the one who have actually performed better than their counterparts. So I'll give few more time for everyone who has not voted to vote. And in the meantime, I would like to tell something which interesting that happened today. At 4 p.m., just an hour before the scheduled start of the meeting, I was interacting with our Toastmasters of the day and telling her how we are short of speakers and we might have to conduct two rounds of table topics. But guess what? Within 1 hour, 2 special persons pinged me seeking speech slots. And my God, how well did they deliver their speeches? I personally was really moved by both the speeches. One speech, I think, relates to our exterior or appearances, while the other focuses on our internal and mental well-being, if I can broadly categorize both the speeches. But I feel both the speeches had an underlying theme of being aware of certain things, be it information about oral hygiene or being aware of the fact that there are people who are always there to care for you. Special thanks to Toastmasters Nimisha for accepting my invite to come to our club and become our TMOD, and also in the process make us aware of a very relevant concept, good to great. I remember this book being recommended by my father a few years back, so I think it was a memory down the lane for me as well, and I'm really happy to have heard about this book again from you. To all the guests, thank you for coming to Speech Weavers today. We all appreciate it. We would also like to hear a little bit from you guys. If you are available right now on camera, we would love to see you. Akib, are you there? Can you come on stage?
Yes, Bidu, I'm here.
Hi, Akib. I would love to know how did you hear about us, and are you a Toastmasters also?
Yeah, so I received the link in one of the WhatsApp group, and someone wrote that TT is going on, so I joined it. And it was a lovely, good to great session from Toastmaster of the day. And I was really moved by the speech from DTM Saurav. DTM Saurav has, I mean, we have met in many other club meetings, so I kind of know him now, but the speech was really great, that everyone cares. And who cares is something which comes always. Now that I'm serving notice period, who cares comes a lot. Now that he told that no, everyone cares for me, so I have to be a little alert. But nice meeting, and I enjoyed the show.
Thank you so much. I think you actually echo everyone's thought. Everyone, especially me, were moved by what DTM Saurav said about, and the entire speech, I think, was he kept everyone hooked on to the message that he was trying to convey. Also, I would like to thank Deepa. Everyone might not have noticed the way she delivered that she was totally fluent, but she is not well today. So I wish her a speedy recovery, but thank her for joining us and giving us her time. Tuku, can we have you on stage, and probably can we know a little bit about you? From where did you join? Are you a Toastmaster? Are you a guest?
I'm a Toastmaster. I'm a new Toastmaster of Toastmaster Club of Lucknow. And I got a link in a WhatsApp group, and then I came to this club. And this club is very wonderful, the evaluation process, and I literally liked the speech of Toastmaster Saurav Datta. Very good speaker, amazing. And I literally look forward to becoming a speaker like him, because he takes a very brilliant pauses during his speech. So that's brilliant. And apart from all this, everything was spectacular. Like it. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. So I have one more request before I go on to the voting and see who are the winners. I would love to take a picture of all of you guys. So in case everyone is willing to come on camera, anyone who is not on camera and willing to turn on, they can turn on their cameras so that they can be a part of our video. I mean, our picture. All right. So I'll give you 3 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, smile. Thank you so much. Okay, let me move on to my voting counter and see the winners for today's meetings. All right, so I'll start off with the best. Okay, let me start with the auxiliary roles first. I'll start off with the auxiliary role, where we had our SAA, we had our timer, grammarian, and our counter clustered together. And the winner is actually, this is actually shared. So the winner is grammarian and our SAA. So we both share. I share the award with Toastmaster Milinsa. So congratulations, Milinsa. We both have been awarded the best auxiliary role taker for today's meeting. Moving on to the table topic speaker. The one who is leading with all the votes for today's table topic session is Toastmasters Deepa. So Deepa, congratulations on winning the best table topic speaker for today's meeting. Now moving on to our best role taker. It was a competition between our general evaluator, our table topic master, and our Toastmasters of the day. And it is very tight between our Toastmasters of the day, Toastmasters Nimisha, and our table topic master, Toastmasters Gunjan. But Toastmasters Gunjan has won this round by just one extra vote than Toastmasters Nimisha. So I congratulate Toastmasters Gunjan, who is in a second official meeting in Toastmasters to have won this round. But I also like to appreciate how good Toastmasters of the day, Toastmasters Nimisha was. Congratulations, Toastmasters Gunjan. Now, the final, okay, last but one, the best evaluator. The best evaluator for today's meeting is Toastmasters Adarsh. Congratulations, Toastmasters Adarsh. Now, the final category, the best speaker for today. Toastmasters Saurav, the majority have voted for you. Congratulations, you have gotten almost 85% of the vote today. Congratulations, and I hope you give this speech in different other clubs and motivate or move people as well. Thank you. All right, so we are actually running ahead of our scheduled close of our time. So thank you again for all of you who have visited our club, who have taken roles. With this, I wish everyone a good evening, a happy weekend. Thank you.
Hello, a moment please. During the meeting, TMOD has used a word. Could you please write down that word in the chat box, because I couldn't understand the word.
Nimisha, I think it's referring to the word hedgehog. Is it hedgehog?
Yeah, please can you write down on the chat box so that I can understand?
Sure, we can. Thank you, everyone.